I'm Jeff Baumgartner with Light Reading Cable. I'm pleased to be joined by Steve Necessary with Cox. So Steve, a little bit of news here about Cox TV Connect. So just give us a quick rundown of what that's about, and we'll go from there.
Well, Jeff, thanks. Cox TV Connect is an iPad app offering linear video inside the home to our customers. So we'll be launching that later this year with about 35 channels, national channels. It'll be a nationwide rollout of the service, and we're really excited to have that incremental addition of linear content to the TV everywhere kind of environment to complement what we did earlier in this year with some on-demand content.
Okay, now as far as like the number of channels that are being offered right now, I assume that's a rights issue. So if you have rights for additional channels, you'll add them in, or how is that decision made?
Certainly the initial launch are a limited set of channels, very high value channels I would add, but a limited set of channels that are largely dictated by programming rights issues. Absolutely, you're also correct in thinking that we're going to be expanding that as those rights issues clarify, and as we work with local broadcast partners to get their content in, and of course those would need to move on a market-by-market basis.
Okay, and same question on whether you can do this, whether a customer can do this in their home versus out of the home. Same deal. It's a rights thing, not a technology question.
Certainly, we have architected this to meet our customers' desires, which is really anywhere access. And initially, though, we are in fact constraining it to inside the home use, largely for those rights issues that you mentioned.
Okay. And the iPad is first, so what other sorts of devices are you looking at developing applications for? Those Androids out there, you got game consoles, Roku boxes, I mean, connected TVs. There's a lot of different directions you can go in. So what are you kind of looking at?
Well, there are no shortage of targets, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's worth noting that we did earlier this year launch Cox TV Online, which is authenticated access to on-demand content for the PC and Mac environment. So we've been doing that, have thousands of titles available on that platform, and those are actually available both inside the home and outside the home.
Okay.
But to your question of what's next, indeed, we have a full roadmap laid out of incremental devices, adding content to the PC and Mac environment, Android tablets, and then smartphones, both the iOS and Android environment. So indeed, there's a continuum. Game consoles are on the roadmap, a little further out for us in terms of priority, but they're there as well.
One question I have about the iPad app is development. Did you develop it completely internally? Did you work with a partner? What was the situation there?
Well, it was a little of both. We utilized NDS, our technology partner with whom we've had a long, close working relationship. They modified the client application to our specifications, and then we are utilizing their DRM technology to protect the content.
Okay. Yeah, that's right, because you've been working with NDS on a lot of projects, including the Trio guide and the True Two-Way box. So,
absolutely.
The navigation system that you're using in the iPad, is it pretty close to Trio, or are they, how closely related are they in terms of look and feel?
Excellent question. Well, there is a family resemblance to the applications in terms of colors and fonts and icons and so forth. And indeed, as we move forward with subsequent releases of the product and as we expand the platform, our goal is actually to make a much more unified, ubiquitous experience, recognizing the differences in I/O capabilities.
Okay. And since you asked about True Two-Way, give us a little update on where you guys are, with your, you've been out there, out in front, very big supporters of True Two-Way. You have a True Two-Way product attached to a premium, video offer. Right. So, how many markets, what kind of uptake have you been getting for that product?
Okay. We are indeed big fans of the platform. True Two-Way has worked out very well for us. We have used that to power a next generation user interface called Trio, and we take that to market in a package called the Plus package, which is whole home DVR functionality, a larger hard disk, more HD channels, and then a much more personalized user interface guide experience, which is Trio. Today we're active with customers in 19 of our 20 markets. The last market is in employee trials at the moment. So we expect to get that launched maybe late this year, worst case 1st of January, we'll get that going. Consumer reaction is good. It's been a good and effective tool competitively for us, and we expect even more great things in 2012.
All right, well great. Steve, thanks a lot for your help.
My pleasure.